Gibingelele, Kamala Munjingambanza, and this is the first installment. I'm really excited about this. It's the first installment of the Radio Meets TV podcast, hashtag RMT podcast for short. So, as Unjingambanza, you might not know who I am. If you do, kudos to you. But I'm a media personality. I am also an entrepreneur. I wear many hats, basically. And one of the hats that I wear is the hat I'm wearing on this show, and that's the hat of programs manager, right? This is a Snoop session live. Yes, Umhlobo. We are evaluating the entire radio industry, from the big names, Sizwe Dlomo, Anele Mtoda, DJ Sonic, and community radio level. I don't want to say it down here, but they're trying to be big names. Listen, that's not the point, right? The point is this. We're taking 7 days of radio and we're packaging it into 30 minutes for you. So many amazing things happen on radio and you might miss it. Whether those things are great or terrible, we got you covered. For example, let's head on down to Eastern Cape. There's a really dope show there, dude. A weekend breakfast show, Vuka Mzansi. And they had an interview, beautiful interview with the Judith Sepuma. They were just talking about how social media ties into our mental health. Check it out.
Sasazi Umhlobo Wenene
Sikhuthaza Judith namhlanje umuntu ujongene cyberbullying yonke imihla kuthetha izinto ngayo ku internet nami yandehlela maxesha amaninzi ne but asinanhliziyo zomeleleyo sonke uthini kulanto
mina ndithi kuwe ne ayikho into ozoyenza ngabantu abazokubholishayo and you cannot do a research and find out ukuthi why it's been going on for too long. Ngicela wena uzithande enough to know ukuthi you are important, to not believe anything ebayishoyo and protect your space. Protecting your space meaning ukuthi even if it's uJudith and uyamazi but uJudith does not make you feel okay on social media, delete and block. It is your house. Take social media as your house. A lot of people bayenza into ezininzi, they commit suicide, they get into depression and everything. That's how serious social media is and cyberbullying is. So be careful of all that. Do not entertain everything that comes your way.
Wow, uyivalile. Marubeng siyaphuma ngaye ngoJudith. uMarubeng ithi le ngoma xa ikhalayo andazi ndizibona ndiphi.
It basically isho ukuthi singakhohlwa ukuthi ekhaya kubalekile. So nisingahlala lana emaJoburg sisebenze senze khumbulani ekhaya, because when you go home uyahamba uyohlala nabo gogo ufeed knowledge, inspiration and all of that. Nithathe nenhlanhla.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Sekhaya. Sihamba nathi sekhaya kamnandi speech zawo.
Sandambane besihamba no?
Judith. Wakwasiphuma.
Ngimthanda nonke emakhaya.
Bye. Marubeng Judith Sepuma. Wow.
Big ups to Umhlobo Wenene. We have to give it to them. Seriously, Fetu. This is exactly the type of content we need more of on radio, right? Because, who doesn't suffer from mental health? Who doesn't? We all do. Every once in a while. So the more we talk about it, the more we get closer to solutions. Big ups, Judith Sepuma, Umhlobo Wenene. We love you. So moving on to the sister station of Umhlobo Wenene, I do this because Luhamba Pambi, you know which one I'm talking about. One of the biggest radio stations in the world, UKhozi FM. Now, I witnessed a meaningful sit-down between Usiwe no Babes Zoduma. They were just talking about Babes' career development, how she is different from the Babes she was when she started to the Babes Zoduma she is today. And one of the things that changed in her life was friendship. Check it out.
Ngiyakuzwa lokuthi uyakhula and futhi mawuqhathanisa ama seasons uthi you've matured. Khona mhlawumbe izinto usubona ukuthi no u1 no 2 no 3 kungenza ngibone ukuthi yazini sengikhulile ngimdala manje ngiyazi into engenzayo.
Yeah, ngiyazi ngibona ngani? Ngabangani.
Yeah.
I don't have angisabo isingisi kulezi insuku sengithanda.
Asifuma.
Hayibo sangithanda isilezi insuku yabo nje konokushintsha ke lokho kuyo. Isingisi sesibona nje.
Yabona nje.
Hayi kuningi mfethu kuningi.
Kuningi
abangani bathanda abangani.
Yeah.
Abangani nje ungeke uzumbona ubhebise ingekho lo mngani but abangani bami angisanabo abangani abaningi. Abanye bangehetha abantu benza izinto ezirong. Hayi yabo nje ngaqala manje ngakhula nami ngabuthe yazi abanye bengisebenzisa abanye baningi and sengifundile ukuba heartless
Yeah.
ngisho umngane wami angafika khala athi ngiyaxolisa we
Yo.
awuhambe uyokabanye uyoqhutha abanye nawo yabo
Ayoqhutha abanye.
ayoqhutha abanye so
Usuqedile.
Look, there's no babes in your time. And it's no secret, you know. She, young Billy's up with when she said this is your time and later, we're like, dude. Anyway, I found that funny. I thought that was funny. All right, so that was UKhozi FM. See where big ups to her, big ups to UKhozi FM. Let's move on to 5FM now, right? Hey, 5FM, one of the biggest stations in the country, fam. You know, they have actually grown and developed some amazing talent that we know today. I won't mention them, you already know them. What stood out for me this week at 5FM was an interview with Moonchild Saneli. We all know what Moonchild Saneli is all about, right? Besides the music, of course. It's sex, if I wasn't clear. But not the kind of sex. They weren't talking about sex the way that you might be thinking. It was surprisingly educational. Check it out.
I was talking about sex, and it was open and liberating and owning the body. And I was like, hold up, DJ. Guys, just because I'm from Africa doesn't mean I'm going to talk about the big 5 mountains and the valleys. There's a high rate of the need for ARVs in our country because we have a lot of sex. And the education part, that's another gag. But the fact that we have a lot of sex, that's what I'm talking about. So let me tell you about our sex lives. And that was the gag. They're so used to that expected narrative of South African performers that when it's something refreshing like your Moonchild, it's like we want to eat this up because I'm like literally the African doll in the world.
And now you've got to a level where I'm sure Johannesburg, all respect, feels like a smaller gig for you.
Oh, shame, it does. Someone the other day was like, oh, why are you acting so fresh? You're not Beyonce. I was like, don't worry, I'm not Beyonce. Beyonce is a fan of mine too.
Don't break my
and that's
soul.
a real gag, you know. It's not even like it's not a flex, it's a fact.
Yeah, I can't do no small talk, no small talk. I'm not with the small talk.
So, have to say, pleasantly surprised at the fact that a Moonchild actually cares about safe sex, you know? I mean, she always talks about, she always highlights, she always promotes the pleasures of sex, you know? It's just nice to hear her talk about sex education and the fact that she genuinely cares about it, you know? That's really cool. Kudos to 5FM for the great content. We love it. All right, so that's a wrap. That's the first edition of Radio Meets TV, #RMT podcast. Now, if you have a moment in radio that you'd like for us to cover and discuss, then hit us up. Super easy. And also, like and subscribe. Finally Famous TV. Make sure you do the right thing on YouTube, ne? Do the right thing. Social media is in the bottom somewhere, or on the sides, or up here. All right. Cheers.